no more acting like you're doing the right thing and hurting what we're trying to do. If you want to be with us, we want you to be with us. But if you're going to continue to work against us, we're not going to pay you to do it.
All right, on the whole idea of money, American money and contributions, UNRWA has had, you've been very vocal in reducing the amount of contribution the United States makes, and this has to do with what goes on in much of the refugee camps in the Palestinian part of the world. What's the end point on this?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. We have mentioned to UNRWA and have said multiple times it needs to be reformed.
Let me just stop you. Reform meaning that, because I know that Israel's unhappy with it, thinking that it's, that it's anti-Israeli and that it's a fertile breeding ground for terrorism against Israel. Is the reform that way, or is the reform in sort of the bureaucracy and how it's run and how it distributes the money, the aid to the camps?
I think we're looking at overall reform, and when we say that, we're basically looking at the fact that you've got, basically they're considering any Palestinian is a refugee. You're looking at the fact that what they're teaching in schools is not necessarily the right way to have things run. It is very top heavy from an administration standpoint, but also the other side of that is, again, we're not going to reward bad behavior. Here you've got the Palestinians who are basically saying they're going to cut the U.S. out of the peace process. They're saying that they no longer want to have anything to do with us. They go and take us to the United Nations and try and, basically are very hostile in what they say and what they do. We're not going to pay to be abused. It doesn't make sense. What we're going to say is, look, we want to help you. But first of all, you've got to show us that you're going to reform something that's broken. Secondly, don't think that you can sit there and say hateful things about us and us turn around and write you a check. It's wrong in every term. And so basically what we're saying is, look, you can have this little bit, but after that, we're going to reevaluate the relationship.
It punishes not just the people who don't run UNRWA the way the United States would like it, but nations like Jordan.
Greta, why does the United States have to be the only one that bails out everyone?
Because
why do we continue to give the money? You have 120 countries who voted against us that could more than take up the level of debt that UNRWA has. Why is it the United States? We need to start being smart about the way we spend. We need to start really looking at foreign policy and seeing what the U.S. goals are and where we want to go. We want a peace process between the Israelis and the Palestinians. We want to make sure that moves forward. By the Palestinians cutting us out of the peace process, it shows that they weren't serious, that they're not serious in truly getting to peace. So we're trying to make sure that if we're going to spend taxpayer dollars, that we're not spending it on something that doesn't move U.S. interests forward.